told Zampa you're in.
Yep.
Cool. We're live.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We are here in Suzuka for round 5 of Tier 1 Formula 1 with Safe Space Racing. Got a nice handful of people in already watching the stream. I'm here with Bascom.
Yeah, man. Hello, mate.
Good evening, Bascom.
Yeah, I hope you're well. We've got a few in the chat. Bradley Johnson says hi. Hello, mate. Ultra Titan with the weather report. And unfortunately, I was having some rain, but we've got dry this evening, which is unusual for Japan.
Yes. Yeah, we've seen it wet here a couple of times.
A few people out on track already.
Good.
Yeah, the guy the other was saying Zampa loves this track, so we're expecting big things from Zampa. Let's see, I've got a lot of guys out on track. Everyone out on the soft tyres, it looks like. Seems to be the popular strategy around here.
About half the grid out at the moment on their outlaps. Soft tyre definitely seems like the way to go.
Might be worth just sticking that track map up, mate. Just so that we can see where everyone is.
JD here.
Oh, yellow flag already.
Ooh, so that
is.
looks like we got someone out the way.
It's Brazy.
Just hiding from some traffic there.
Yeah, Brazy's on the scenic route around turn 1. One of our quite many reserves today. 6 reserves in total. Everyone for filling in. Oh yeah, press the Y button for us, Maxim. And get rid of that UI. Yeah, hello Bradley Johnson. Total looking for some tasty overtakes today. Total, I think we'll get both tasty overtakes and a safety car at some point. I'd be surprised we didn't. My other prediction is that Moistro is going to make it further than he did last year, which was 3 corners, I think, wasn't it?
That's good going.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I've jinxed him and maybe he's only going to make 2 this year.
Hopefully not. I'd like to think that's not a tough one to beat. That's a 126.7 from 10. First upset.
Not bad. $10 second in the championship. Currently 10 points behind Axe. So both the top 2 racing, which is a bit of a luxury these days in Tier 1. More time chipping in.
27.
Any idea what the pole time was Tier 1 last year, Maxim?
Tier 1, the pole time. I do have it here on my notes.
Yeah, I'm testing you early.
There we go, yeah. Keep me on my toes. So 125.9, I believe.
Yes, indeed. 25.977 to be exact. ABR Murphy, who's unfortunate to drop out this season. But you reckon we'll? I think we'll get a couple of guys left. It's definitely capable of getting near that. Payox Kings maybe. $10 already looking quick. Axe, I think, is probably the one guy, and certainly in qualifying, you'd look at putting in a laptop that might get us into the 25s. He's still in the pit lane, isn't it?
Such a fun circuit this. There's a great flow to it.
You know, before I started league racing, I really didn't like it, just when I was doing it in career mode and stuff. But in league racing, racing with other drivers, it's a lot of fun. You can have some really fun battles, especially if you get a chance to go side by side into 1. Then that's a lot of fun. Raf is
definitely
reserving today, Bradley. He's in Tier 2 now, but he's currently stepped in today. We had a few full-time drivers missing. We've got, I'll just run you through. We've got Raf, Brazy is reserving, JDM Haters, Division, Entrusted, and Bone Apple Tea all reserving. We've got a bit of a tier 2 takeover today. 2 commentators and a few drivers. And speaking of Raf, Maxim, he's gone second. 126.7. 7 thousandths of a second. Maybe he should have just gone to tier 1.
That
Really
is
good
good
lap.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have to say it's a good opportunity for some of these guys to show off their pace.
Yeah, definitely. I remember I did a tier 1 appearance last season. It does, you know, it brings out the best in you when you're
Yeah,
in
how'd that go for
in
you?
a situation like this. I was in a podium position in
Wait,
Bahrain
was it out?
tier 1 last year, yeah. It was I'm trying to remember because it's quite early on.
Oh yeah, true,
Um,
Bahrain.
I believe my race sort of got done in by a late puncture. I was trying to
Ah.
drag out some tyres, but there's a bit of a killer. Got on a lap here.
Just
JDM through the S's.
seen Zampa go pole, or provisional pole. 126.6.
Wow.
Really close
Yeah.
at the top, you have to say. Just that 1.5
Mhm.
tenths separates the top 5.
Showing up purple sector 1 for me, for JD. I don't know if that's a glitch. If that's a glitch in spectator or not, but
We do get a lot of purple sectors in commentary, that's for sure. But JDM's certainly capable of putting one in.
yeah.
And Total says he's going to beat Bradley Johnson in Bahrain on Sunday in Tier 3. Is that on track or is that most spins?
Oh dear, we've done him dirty.
Sorry, Total. I like you a lot. It's my bad. Eddie's in the chat as well. OTO Eddie. He's in, mate. OTL, one of SSR's close league friends.
Let's see what JD can do
See if that
here.
purple sector was fake or not. Doesn't look like it was.
Oof.
Wow. There we go.
There we go. That's the new bar for 126.2. Very solid lap. All
Yeah,
the
that was-
purple for the pink car. Got a few more people coming around now. Maestro setting a lap by the looks of things, going through the S's.
Ooh, the yellow flag. That was a racing get underway.
Yeah. Doesn't take much to bring out a yellow flag in the S's by the looks of things. Such a fast section.
Yeah, you know what, this double right-hander we just seen Maestro go through there. I really dislike that corner because if you really nailed it sector 1, you got your confidence up, and I think that's
Yeah.
the hardest 2 corners there, because if you get your confidence up, you
Douglas,
see
yeah.
your time's good sector 1, and then you just want to
Mhm.
survive those 2 corners. I know these probably tier 1 guys make it look easy, but those are the 2 corners for me. If you make it through that and you're on a good time, then the rest of the lap's not too bad in my opinion. But certainly that
Yeah.
part of the track there, and we saw, was it tier 2 last year, Max, a bit of a, might have even been tier 1, bit of a pile up there. We had 4 or 5 cars really close together at one point.
Yeah.
I think
Got
it might be
Maestro
tier 2.
coming around here. Saw a flash of purple there for the middle sector.
Oh, I think that one was the
Hugging
glitch.
that
Yeah,
wall.
the sector 2 one is a common occurrence,
Mhm.
but he's 1.5 seconds off the pace.
7.6.
A couple of guys.
Ultra Titan on a lap. Busy track at the moment, lots of cars out setting those laps.
Yeah, it's about time. A lot of guys on the second run. Interestingly, Stenner and Axe both in the pits and not set a lap yet. Axe did mention he was having some dinner, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. But
I think Stenner likes to wait, see what's going down. I think I saw in his race last night he did a similar sort of thing. Just didn't want to burn through tyres, just wait, see what people are doing,
yeah,
then make a call and head out.
I'll tell you what, Ultra Titan loves a
Titan.
lockup, doesn't he? He really does. I don't think it slows him down as he goes P8. But he loves a lockup.
26.8.
Look how close that is between Zampa and Titan. P2 to P8. Separated by 0.2 of a second.
Lovely stuff. Hopefully that translates onto some on-track action for the race. Who can we look at here? Some yellow flags in the last sector there.
Yeah, like you say, busy tracking it. It's a Ferrari getting out of the way. Zampa just starting his lap. As he looks to close that gap to JDM.
Lord. That's a great shot. Panning shot there at turn 1.
Yeah, see, keeping it pretty tight through the S's, and then just want to avoid that curb on the inside through the final one, otherwise you're facing the wrong way. And then this is a double right-hander I was talking about. You see the tier 1 guys make it look a lot easier than I do.
Yeah. You can really send it through there. You've got
Yeah.
to be spot on with the line and the input.
A little
Flash
bit
of
wide through the
purple there
hairpin,
for
but
sector 1.
nothing too bad. As Kings goes up to P2, just a 10th off JDM Haters. Starting to spice up here, 5 minutes to go.
Zampa's invalidated his lap, unfortunately.
Wide there? I missed that one.
Yeah, he ran wide.
Just going to flick down to Wrath on my screen. Currently P6, come around to Spoon.
Yep.
See if he can, a little bit, yeah, take a little bit too much curb on the inside. Compromises him a little bit, doesn't run as wide as Zampa did. I always feel bad when I can't take this steer and then give advice on the laps that I do. If you can't do, teach, they say.
Everyone is a critic.
But that they are. Oh, I can critique that though, as Raf forgets to brake at the final corner, runs over the gravel, and that's his second stint, or second run, gone. He's back in the pits.
Zampa's in the pits. So we got the Hasses here. Looks like they're both on laps. Nice and close to each other. Jet Atom currently P10 with a 27.357. Very close between him and Bone Apple T.
Yeah, Jet, quick racer, knowing from OTL last season, he's going to want to improve on that. You'd expect him to be a bit closer than 9 from the top spot. He was 2 up on his sector 1 time, and he's 4 up now through sector 2. So he's looking good. Possibly could squeeze into this battle for battle for 4th it is now. With Zampa leading that train at the minute. I'm going to put P8. Oh,
Really hug that pit wall.
more great sector 3. Probably he's going to hope he gets jumped from P10. That's the worst spot, starting spot.
Showing as entrusted, doing 4 laps.
Well, in fairness, he did get a call up about 5 minutes ago, so he might just be getting some practice in.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Stan is still in the
We'll
pits,
let
by
him
the way.
off.
And like all good commentators, we have missed Axe going quickest.
Ah, dear, a 25.9.
That is quicker than last year's pole time. We said Axe might be the one. He left it to the last minute and finishes his dinner and goes, right, let's go quickest. Wish it could be that easy for some of us.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to do that.
I think he's got to be pretty confident today, Axe. No Boss Cookie, no Murphy PLC's dropped out, Formula's not racing, Mitch, who was on pole in back, who's not racing, so, and obviously the championship leader. So he's got to be pretty confident. If he can start on pole today, he might be able to just stretch his legs out in front. Currently leading the championship by 10 points. Let's see
Got
what
division.
GDM. Yeah, division as well.
Lap here. The scrap for those top positions. I do love this circuit. It's a great circuit.
Yeah,
Like
it's one
you,
of the
I
one of the
wasn't
funnest
really a
laps to
fan.
pick up.
It is good.
Yeah, I think definitely grows on you as you get better at it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Definitely.
Your mate Charisma's in the chat.
Ooh.
Evening,
It's
Emu, hope you're all good.
Maxium. That's definitely how we spell my name. Axe is happy with his 25.9. He says
Not
thank
surprised.
you very much.
Oh,
That's what I
Raf
can
just
do.
getting in front of JDM here. Oh, and JDM
Ooh.
invalidates last corner.
Oof.
Not sure if Raf, who was on an outlap, had. I mean, he didn't really get in his
Thrown it
way,
off a
but
tad.
yeah,
No. When you're in the zone,
That's
you're
not
in
what
the
he wants,
zone,
is it?
right? Mm.
It just gives you something. Just gives you that something extra to think about. As you're trying to do not a particularly easy braking zone, and you just got to worry about that car in front. Not like you said, not really anything Raf did wrong there, other than and Raf has gone off again. I think I might have jinxed him. He is in the gravel in sector 1, and there's something he's done wrong. Oh, and he's retired on track. Oh,
We got
Raf.
King's coming around. Hopefully that doesn't affect him too much on his lap with the car.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. I think we are back to ghosting on
It's
today.
coming around. Here, there we go. That should be fine. King's just coming through those S's,
Raf's
coming up to the
right-hand side.
Degnas. Really, really sends it through there. Pretty much flat, just with a downshift.
Yeah, I was watching JDM and his lap before he invalidated, and he barely touched the track on that first right-hander. It's just straight across the curb. Somehow it doesn't invalidate. They obviously know the line. You see hugging the inside here as well.
So someone's had a moment. Stener's around. Oof, doesn't look like he's going to be able to set a time.
Yeah, that's the danger of leaving it for the last minute. We've seen a few guys improve. Titan's gone P2, Zampa P4. Both got themselves up into the low 26s. Kings is probably the last guy who can challenge Axe, though.
Division invalidated his lap, dived into the pits. King's coming around, hugging that pit wall as per usual. Goes P2.
So close.
25.9. One of two drivers in the 25s as of now.
Yeah, that's really close at the top. This could be a really, really good race.
Anyone else? Putting up a T coming around. 14th. Holds on to that 14th position. Krieg has invalidated, called it a day.
Tier 2 guys are letting us down, Max, and none of them in the top 10. Should have got us in the cars.
Commentating from the car, that would be a George Russell type moment. That looks like it is all.
I think we're done, unless Maestro's still on like that. I think he is. Oh no, not on a 142. That's a Bradley Johnson sort of lap.
Stenner with a 1:47.9 just gets into the 47s nicely. I think Stenner's running no traction control, if I'm right.
Yeah, he was definitely running no traction control on Wednesday night in the Realistic League, that's for sure.
It's a big move to make when on pad, but
I tried
sticking with
I
it.
tried
Fair
it
play
in
to him.
pre-season, and I lasted about 3 days of time trial, which I know is practice, and then I thought, no, not for me.
I think it's a between game sort of move,
Yeah,
not
you're
a
probably
between
not wrong.
season.
But there's our group.
So here we go. Axe P1 125.930 with Kings. Half a tenth off. That's a great little margin. We could have a really, really tight scrap there and hopefully a nice run down to the first turn, that sweeping right-hander. And then all super close, pretty much within a second, down to P13. Then we get a few more gaps forming. There we go, Stenner with the biggest gap, but I think Stenner will... I'm pretty sure he's the type of guy that likes working for a pack, seeing what he can do in a last to some other position challenge.
Yeah, he's struggled so far this season. He jumped to tier 1. A few of the guys made it. I think he's got 2 points so far this season. So obviously going to be looking to improve on that tonight. But it's going to be difficult from P18.
Lobby loading in.
Yep. Formation
I'd like
up.
to think
Mm.
we're not going to have anyone ready up before the host. It is tier 1. We would expect that.
I'm not going to hold my breath. So we'll see. Hopefully not.
Hopefully no one gets too excited.
I mean, there's
I just don't touch
a lot of guys on the
anything.
grid tonight who raced here last season as well. Pretty much most of the grid. Oh, that was Zampa. Okay, well,
Zampa,
good.
yeah. Zampa's raring to go.
He is. He did it yesterday as well, I think, didn't he? In the F2 or maybe Wednesday. I can't remember. I think it was Wednesday
Just
actually.
he feels good,
Yeah.
ready to get going. Bradley reckons we're going to get a safety car within the first 2 laps. And I think if we are going to get one, that's probably a safe bet. Ultra Titan to bin. Let's hope not. We like to see racing. We don't like to see crashing.
No, although it causes a spicy safety car, then we won't complain too much.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any
Here
race
we go.
predictions, Maxim? Oh, Husky
Race
leads. I'm just
predictions.
going to grab Husky back in.
Race predictions. Well, unlike real life, this is always unpredictable. It's racing, in safe space racing. So, I reckon, although Axe and Kings are ahead of everyone in terms of pace, I
Mhm.
reckon neither of them will be on the podium.
Oh wow!
That's my bold prediction.
Wow, there we go.
I like that. I like stuff like that. When it
Okay, I
happens.
like that. So who wins the race then?
Who's going to win the race? Division. That's my bet.
P7. Wow, guys, there's 20 of you in the chat. Thanks for watching. Get your predictions in as well. Are they going to be as bold as Maxim's? I'm not sure. Bradley Johnson's gone for a 2-lap safety car, or a lap 2 safety car, I should say. That's could be good. I reckon Zampa could have a chance at a good race here. He certainly seems to be a bit higher up in qualifying than he has been this start of the season. Be nice to see him on the podium. Didn't get one last year, incredibly, in tier 1. I'm sure he'll be pleased about me bringing that up.
Bradley saying Husky for the win as he never gets a penalty. Now that's a big, that is a good point. Penalties are playing quite a big part as per usual. If there's a late safety car and that bunches the pack up, that's a huge advantage. So definitely something to keep an eye on, and we'll keep an eye on the penalties as well as per usual.
Just
Seems like a quick formation lap.
Grab the Delta up and stuff as well, because it resets. Oh, sorry, no, hide the UI, sorry. Otherwise Zampa shouts at you.
There we go. I'm learning.
Like a pro.
Does that look all good?
Looks good to me. Other than the
Great shot of
lovely
Axis
camera angle
front,
we've got right now.
front right wheel. Out of everything we want to see, let's not have that. Let's go with
better
this one.
view
That's
if
good
we
for
switch
now.
to Kings. Although, it's just, we've got the front of the grid somehow. Here we go then.
So, there we go. Be good to us, Codemasters. Give us some red lights. go, and we're away.
Oh, someone's off at the back
Ooh.
already.
Stenner's had a moment. There's
Stenner,
no
no
traction
traction.
control.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Nice and clean from the front of the pack.
Yeah, someone else is off. Budweiser's off as well. Didn't see who he was with. Budweiser and Stenner with a bad start. Like you say, nice and clean up the front.
Nice, clean train of Formula One cars snaking through here. I know it's a long game. Don't want to risk anything on the first lap.
No, you could only lose it on the first lap. But yeah, Stenner pretty much just went sideways off his starting slot. Hasn't mastered the starts yet. Budweiser's really struggling. He's off the track again at the end of a double right-hander. Runs
So
wide
he's
there.
missing his front right end plate. Has left the chat for Budweiser. That's gonna be a definite pit stop, I'd say.
Yeah, I think
It's
Stenner slided
absolutely-
all as well, so those two are going to be in.
5 tenths a gap at the moment at the front.
Agonised Honey in the chat saying, what was the par? I believe it was a 1:25.930
Yes.
from Axe.
Yeah.
Kings as well in the 25s. Similar, very similar to last year as well. And all very close together at the front.
That's what we like to see.
And we've got a lovely entry glitch. He's going to slow for a second, but he's okay now. So we've got them 4 guys started on the medium tyres. So they're going to be, I guess they're going to try and go medium soft maybe. They dragged that out a little bit. Might need, actually, I think we're going to need a world time safety car here. I think that's why we saw all the guys on softs in qualifying, because if you start on the mediums around here, you still have to go on the hard tyres unless you get a safety car at some point.
Yeah.
Only Platnor can do a medium soft, I think, without a safety car. Our resident alternator.
So Budweiser's chosen to stay out with the wing damage. Doesn't want to pit just yet. Here we've got our predicted pit stops. So we've got the soft to the hard tyre. There is probably the favoured. Well, I reckon, as you said, they can drag the mediums if
Yeah,
they're careful with them.
Be careful. An interesting battle we've got here: P5, P6, Zampa and $10. $10 quite far ahead of Zampa in the championship early on, but Zampa ahead on track right now. I think it's a bit early for team orders, but 10 is certainly pressurising his teammate. And let's see, with
Shot
Axe
here
leading the
of
race
cars
and the
coming
championship
through.
right now.
Bearing in mind their quali pace, Axe and Kings are, they're sort of staying with the rest of the pack. They're not pulling away as such.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Really
only
close
guys in
here
the-
between the top 9.
Only guys in the 25s, but JDM, Ultra, Zampa, and I think 10 as well. We're all within 3 or 4 temps. As we've got another yellow flag. I think that's Brazy's gone round. I've only got a camera
Yeah.
shot of the grandstand right now, but Brazy's behind it somewhere. And yeah, he's spun at the end of sector 1.
No damage, but he's now pointing the right way. He'll be looking to get his head down and regain that lost time. So we get our first penalty for track limits for entrusted. That's early on.
Yeah, like we said, only got the call up 5 minutes before the race, so it'll be a tough evening for him, but fair play for him for stepping in. As,
That was close there between Ultra and JD. That lockup, as you mentioned in qualifying, he does like a lockup. But,
yeah,
I don't think JD would like to see that smoke in the rear.
No, I think that lockup was necessary to avoid the rear of that racing point, wasn't it?
Definitely. King's always so close at that turn 1, but just doesn't want to get the nose in. Playing it safe, playing the long game.
Yeah, glad to see Kings up there because he's had a bit of a tough time at the start of the season from what I've seen just sort of watching the races. Certainly, obviously, P2 in the championship last year, and it just seems to have struggled a little bit for pace, especially more in qualifying. So I think he'll be he'll certainly be happy tonight. I'm not sure if Japan's a better track for him, but certainly keeping pace just about with Axe right now. Although Axe is edging towards out of that DRS range. Zampa now all over the back of Ultra Titan.
Yeah, he does. He definitely want to clear, but if Ultra makes another lockup, there could be an opportunity there. He might be just waiting for the right moment.
Unsurprisingly, Division and Monkey are side by side on the track again. I don't think I've ever seen a race where they're not. Glued
Absolutely
to
glued to each other.
Yeah, they are.
F1, F2, they're just inseparable.
So we've got a good old-fashioned DRS train right now between P1 and P8. Maestro's drops off the back of that, and then Jet out in the leader of the medium tyre runners. But the top 8 in a very, very good battle so far.
There we can see tyres that people are on.
Yeah, I think we'll
Crazy
see
bit.
the guys on the softs come in probably about lap 8, I would have said, onto the hard
8,
tyres,
9.
which should get into the end. All depends for the medium runners on the timing of a safety car. It will make or break their race.
See Kings here.
Yeah, looks like he's lost the place to
He's
JDM.
lost out to JD, but staying with him right on his gearbox there.
Can't help but feel Kings must have made a mistake there because they were quite happy in a little DRS train, and
Yeah,
and
they
now you
were.
see the gap to Max is now 2 seconds. So Kings has probably run wide somewhere there.
Definitely wants to send it here. There we go. Gets it done. Gets the DRS, and JD doesn't. But then Ultra's got DRS. Thought better of it.
Yeah,
Look at
that
this.
good move by Kings to get the place back. Thought JDM was actually going to turn in on there at the chicane, but just about gave him enough room. Compromised him then on the run down to turn 1. And oh, Ultra Titan! Ultra Titan's round in the gravel.
Has he gone? Oh no.
Caught it as I was watching JDM just in the background of my screen. Titan just got the 2 right-hand tyres on the curb. I think he actually got them on the grass on the outside, and
Bradley
sent him
called it.
into a spin into the gravel, and he did call it, didn't he, Brackley Johnson? I'm not sure I'd go as
Axe
far
has-
as calling it a bin, but it was definitely a spin.
Spin.
It's down the P14.
I think once all that's gone on behind Axe, and Axe has decided to get on with things. He's got a 2.2 second gap now.
$10 in DRS range of Zampa. Zampa does not have DRS on JDM. This could be
Look at this
a little
pack here.
Ferrari battle here.
Great overhead shot there of 3 cars. No one wants to make a move
Zampa
there, but
really defending hard against his teammate right now.
that's good. That's good to see. This aerial shot here, but 10's gonna breeze past Zampa. Nothing he can do there. As that little pack of cars goes through turn 1.
Yeah, they're just starting to spread out a little bit. Ethan7581, thanks for following. Thank you very much. If you are watching, guys, give us a follow if you haven't already. Live Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays right at the minute. Busy schedule at the minute. And me and Maxim, you get to see us tomorrow if you tune in, 11 o'clock. That's always worth tuning in for. I'm sure we'll both be battling for a couple of points.
Don't laugh at me, Baskin. But what
was
is
laughing-
the circuit?
I was laughing at both of us.
What's the circuit?
We're at
I
Monza
don't know
tomorrow.
what circuit
We
is.
are at Monza.
Ah, Monza, of course. Ah, good old Monza. I've had good times there.
Oh,
Division
right. You won't
is
mention that.
2/10 off Zampa.
Yep, he's going for an well. Oh,
There we
contact.
Oh,
That looked like a lot worse than actually was on my screen. Not sure how it looked on yours, but
yeah.
Zamp went right into the
think-
side and then ghosted straight away on mine.
Yeah, I just think when you're so a monkey's looking to capitalise on that as well. The pit window's open for the soft to hard strategy, but that was a really close one there.
Yeah,
through,
monkey's through. That looked a
30R.
lot worse on my screen. Zampa just, I don't know, it was a bit of a desync. It's from what I saw on my screen, I'm surprised Zampa's not in the wall right now. Just about keeps
Yeah.
it facing the right way, but he's dropped down in the last couple of laps. AJ Mars is in the chat. Hello AJ, hope you're all good, mate. Now the pressure's on Maxim because you've got the best commentator in the game listening to you now.
Oh, the bar is so high with AJ. He's the goat. Ultra with a 3-second time penalty, looking to gain that time back that he lost in the gravel. Zampa's hanging on to Monkey here, but as you said, we've got those gaps starting to form.
Interestingly, $10
And the pit
was
window's open.
1.6 seconds behind JDM when he got past Zampa. Now in DRS lane, DRS range, he's looking pretty racy right now. Yellow flag.
We've-
It's Raff who is round.
Let's go have a look at Raf.
Ooh, just
Same
getting onto
place as
fresh
Ultra.
softs. Yeah. He's
So we've got JD behind Kings. So Kings comes into the pit. $10
$10.
pits.
5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Division pits, here we go. So JD staying out. Gonna give us a nice push lap in, I reckon.
Yeah, $10 going to be fuming at that, right in the mix. That 5-second
It's just-
penalty.
Seeing
worst
that
feeling.
come up when you're racing, it
Yeah.
is awful, isn't it? I just
Oh, AJ
definitely can't see.
Mars, 5 gifted subscriptions, everybody.
Whoa,
Whoa.
go. Very
Guys, you've got
generous,
a-
thank you,
You've got a
AJ.
sub from AJ there. Make sure you give him a thank you in the chat. AJ, you are very, very generous, my friend. Thank you very much. And now we deserve some racing after that. We deserve some racing now. And let's see what acts.
So Raf's
Ooh,
gone.
who's round? Rash retired in the pit
He's
lane.
had enough.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Down to 17 runners.
Yeah, I wonder if Raf there. He's had a few weeks of in tier 3, quite clear at the top of the field there. I wonder if first race in a row running in the pack might just take a little bit getting used to. And we've got, is that a safety car?
Yellow flag, sector 1.
No, it's
No,
cleared.
it doesn't look like it.
The yellow flag on the
JD's
surface for
in
a
the
second there.
pits.
Who's that that's round then? Oh, that's Raf's car has decided it wants to come back out for a appreciation lap.
King's coming round the last corner. JD's just going through pit exit, it's going to be close. But Kings gets that done. Doesn't pay off for JDM. But we'll have those lap fresher tyres.
Yeah, pretty much as you were there. No real gain from hitting early or hitting later there. Other than, like you say, that fresher tyres.
So very close here between Stenner, Ultra Titan and Bone Apple Tea. Having a nice little scrap here for the last points. Stenner on those 7-lap old mediums. He picked quite early.
Yeah, he just needs a safety car right now, doesn't he? Or at some point, so you can have those fresh tyres at the end. Be interesting whether the mediums are quicker than the hards right now. Fresh hards against. Oh, not for Steno with that little wobble. As he comes out the hairpin, tries to get the traction down, but he's turned the traction off, and so it wasn't really there. And,
Axe pits, Zampa pits. Yeah.
Axe onto the medium tyres. That's a bold strategy. Should get
As
him
you
to the end,
said.
but they'll be dying at the last couple of laps for sure. He's obviously confident in his
Yeah.
tyre management. And,
So, who does that make net P1? I believe it would be Axe.
yeah,
Net
Axe
P1.
P1, Jet and Conley gets a bit. I tell you what, Conley could do his teammate King's a bit of a favour here. Axe is going to catch him very, very quickly.
So
And,
we've got
I
Maestro
wonder his
around
teammate.
and very intimate with the wall there.
Oh, as is
Some cars to pass.
Maestro, I don't think you caught that. Yeah, Maestro's round.
Being patient coming back on, that's good.
Well, he made it 11 laps further than last year. So, give it 2 more seasons and we're going to see Maestro. All good here.
This is
He's had a quiet race and I've had a P16. It looks like Zampa's jumped Monkey with an overcut. And he's on the fresher medium tyres, so good little strategy from Zampa there.
Monkey 4/10 off though. Got there, it's gone around. It's like Maestro as well. Again. Lost
Yeah,
it.
it's
Davis.
freezing cold tyres. Or red hot
Two
tyres, I
close
should say,
battles.
after a spin.
We've got Kings and JD 6/10 apart, Zampa and Monkey 7/10 apart. JD setting the fastest lap of a 29.9. Zampa tries to break the DRS there a bit, but Monkey gaining. JD right on King's gearbox here through the S's, which is very tough. It's a hard enough sector as it is, but in the dirty air it's a different ball game.
Just realised that Kings has gone to the medium tyres, pitted on lap 10. They're going to be really falling
Yep.
off at the end of the race, aren't they? I would have
It's the
thought.
same with Axe and JDM. They're obviously confident they can get the tyres to the end, but I think it's just going to be a matter of finding the balance between, just finding the right lap times to put in, not to burn them up too much. We've got someone around here. Stenner again. He's
Yeah,
having a tough one.
Yes,
Say least.
he's just. I feel this game is, even though it's not real life, momentum is and confidence is a big part of it. When you're up the top every week, or you're in that form, you're up the top, it feels great. But when you have a couple of DNFs or a couple of bad races, it can be difficult to pick yourself up.
Yeah,
And Sten obviously trying something different with the no traction. And
he's great. He is a great
But we
driver.
know
He's a great guy.
he's
Yeah,
rapid.
he's quick, and he's only going to get quicker with the move to no traction control. That's a bold move there from Axe on Craig, who made that early stop to the mediums. Axe wanted to get past him, didn't like being behind him.
Yeah, did
He
not
stuck
want to
his
sit
nose in
behind
at
him for
turn
the
one.
S sector, did he?
Not at all. JD
Oh,
is still with
we've
Kings.
got a raid from Kia. Kia D95, a raid with a party of 10, and Maxim, we're getting some love tonight. Gifted
Thank you
subs
very
and a
much,
raid.
Kia.
And we've got a follow from Absy as well. Absy, thanks for following. Guys, if you are new, check us out. We're here, Safe Space Racing, Tier 1.
Tyres.
That's in the pit lane.
So I think up here with Craig, I think Craig would be praying for that safety car that we've been talking about. With that early stop to the mediums, if he wants to benefit.
Yeah, I'm really surprised
Some
Conley hasn't
help.
let his teammate go there. I think Kings is just about to overtake him, but Conley on the 12 lap old mediums King's on the fresh ones, and Connie did not make that easy for him. That compromises his exit, and now JDM's going to get a nice run at him. Gets past him pretty comfortably, but surprised that Connie didn't let Kings go a little bit easier there. Maybe these guys not as confident as teammates just yet. We saw the similar thing with Zampa and 10, to be fair, earlier. I guess it's a bit early for team orders. Round 5 of 15.
Set a 128.8, which
Wow.
knocked the previous fastest lap out the park. He is. I'm just watching that interval. That gap just building and building. Which, if he's preserving those tyres, because it's gonna be tough to get those to the end in a decent condition. So it'll be one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, but I mean, his two competitors, Kings and JDM, both on slightly older mediums, and are both racing each other. So, if we're comparing Axe to those two, he's going to be certainly in a better shape there. I mean, $10 and Division are probably the two, you might say, are slightly better positions with the hard tyres. But I think you'd have to back Axe here. I think he'll be fine. I think Kings and JDM I'm slightly more worried about. Because they've got to battle each other and manage their tyres at the same time.
Yeah, it's a tough balance to find. Very, I always find tyre management and temperature management through those S's. It does get very tough. You can really load those front tyres. So, we'll see. We'll let the pros prove us wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. We're just watching a battle of the reserves right now. Bone Apple Tea and Entrusted. It's Entrusted pressurising Bone right now. And he's got DRS in a second.
DRS. Bone got a great exit there. He's over 5 tenths away. It's always hard to. I reckon about 2, 3 or 4 tenths is the optimal gap if you get a good exit to really capitalise on DRS. But
yeah, Bone doesn't make himself easy to overtake either. That's for sure.
Elbows out driver.
That's for sure.
Look at that.
Classic Hungarian. I'm guessing he's the only Hungarian I know, but I'm sure he's got a yellow flag at the hairpin. Oh, it's Division, I think. Division has dropped a couple of places, so I think he's made an error at the hairpin. Now down behind Monkey, only just though. But he's dropped. He was just behind $10. Not sure what happened there.
He got on the dirt a bit there, had a little bit of a moment. So compromises straight line speed. Division really using everything in terms of ERS. Oh, he's lost it!
Oh no.
Oh, Division just with a bit too much input there on 130R. The back end went. He had that straight line speed.
Ooh,
Just
amazing.
yellows, no VSC or safety car.
Where is he?
He's a P10.
Oh,
so
there he
he's
is.
coming
He's
to
in
the
the pit
pit.
lane now. Okay, well, at least he was near the pit lane, but that was a tough few corners for Division. I guess he can probably. I guess he has to go on the mediums with 11 laps to go. Yeah, he does. Tough
Yeah.
for him. Not a great evening for McLaren.
My prediction out the window. No problem. No, we move.
Yeah, what was it? You said that Axe and King weren't going to finish on the podium and Division was going to win the race.
Oh dear. To be fair, we got what 10,
Monkey's
11
out.
laps to go.
Virtual safety car, Monkey's out of the race. Just going to see Entrusted and Husky go
Monkey
past.
is.
Where's that? That's on the double right-hander, I think.
Yeah, Monkey's lost out at the Degners. He's just there off on the
Oh, he's
gravel
in
on
the-
the left, I
He's
believe.
in the barrier, is he?
So, what does that do to our race? I'm not too sure. We do have the Axe is staying out under the VSC. Kings stays out. JD stays out.
Yeah, no one's going to pit under the virtual. A safety car would have been
Craig will take
unbelievably
that.
spicy.
He
But,
was on
oh.
those mediums. That's a cheap stop for him. VSC still out. Onto the softs, which is he is into his tyre management and whatnot, but that move to the softs is a bold move, I reckon, with 10 laps.
Yeah, he
As
should
VSC
just
ends.
about be alright on low fuel. Unfortunately, Craig got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is really,
Gutted.
really, will really annoy him because, as Bradley Johnson says in the chat, that virtual safety car was perfect for him. Come out
Yep.
and P8 on fresh soft tyres, and he should be able to chase down Optitan quite comfortably here. But that 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Craig Conley might just come back to hurt him at the end of the race. Division with a drive-through as well. I think we might see him fall into the pit lane at some point and not make it out the other side, but we'll see in a minute. That was for
Our
speeding in the
Dutch
virtual
pals.
safety car.
It's been a rough.
And there
There
we
we
go.
go. He called it.
Yeah.
That's been a tough couple of laps for our Dutch drivers there. Division and Monkey. Great
Well,
drivers.
we did say in qualifying or at the start of the race, they're always glued to each other and
Yep.
couldn't live without each other on the track.
Reunite in the paddock. Some Dutch loving.
Yeah, I think I can guess what that involves.
So, penalties up there. Not a lot in terms of penalties at the moment, keeping it quite clean. $10 whole with a 5-second. Ultra Titan with the 3. Craig got his 5 for the speeding. Entrusted with 6, and then Brazy with 3 seconds. There.
Yeah,
JD
Japan
really
not on-
staying
on.
with Kings there.
Yeah, he's been stuck behind him since Kings got past. Axe is running out into the distance a little bit.
Just looks like they're just. JD might just be using that DRS to sort of pull away, cover that tyre advantage that 10 might have towards the end of the race.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable at the minute, aren't they? That gap 4.2, 10 with a time penalty as well. So it does look like a bit of a battle for second right now. The other battle is currently Ultra Titan and Jet Atom for P6. Ultra Titan with a penalty. Looks like he's just seen him have a couple of moments at the exit of turn 1 at the start of this lap. Might be struggling. He's on 8 lap old hards. Jet Atom only on 3 lap old hards. So Jet started on the medium tyres and had to go on to the hard tyres to get to the end. I think in that instance you've got to wonder really what the point of starting on the mediums was. If you're just going to go on to the hard tyres anyway. He does have fresher tyres, but he was obviously hoping for a safety car.
Been in that position before where you're just praying for your screen to light up yellow. You want that cheap pit stop. I got it in the F2 feature race last night.
How did you get on the F2 yesterday, Maxim?
I won the feature race
Did
at
you?
Silverstone, which was pretty good. My 3rd F2 win of the year, the season.
God, that's going to be a mouthful on commentary next week.
By the end of the season, you'll be spend the whole of the one-shot quali listing them all. But it's fun. I do enjoy that. Brazy picks up a 3-second. Really interesting. This. I just when you're consistently 3/10 off the car in front, 3-4 tenths. There's got to be some element of just waiting for the moment here.
Yeah, I feel like we see this more often in the top tiers. We see the guys up here. I think one of the key differences is that they are patient because JDM knows that P3 is a decent result. He knows he's probably got the pace at some point to have a look at P2. Whereas if I've been sat behind someone for 7 laps, at some point I'm probably sending it into that last corner.
Yeah.
Just in frustration that probably results in me spinning. Whereas these guys, JDM will sit behind Kings all day long and he'll just wait for that one slight mistake out of a corner and then he'll go for it.
Yeah.
And that's probably well, other than the fact they're probably about a second quicker, but that's one of the big differences with these quick guys. They are patient. And we're seeing a good battle here.
Ultra tried to go around the outside of Jet Atom, turn 1.
Oh, he's going for it again.
Jet keeps his nose in.
Yeah, I mean,
Good stuff.
Ulch has got 6 seconds worth of penalties, so just needs to keep him with him essentially.
Mm.
He's going to have that P6 Titan. It's getting a little bit desperate by the looks of things to get past that. Another 3-second penalty. Going to hurt him at the end of the race.
Briggs closed that gap a little bit, but probably not as much as I'd expect on the soft tyres.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Still in the
Maybe.
points though, so that's good. I think if he had to pit without a VSC, he would have been down in probably 11th or 12th. So he's definitely gained a couple of positions through that. JD just staying with Kings. Just really loves the rear view there of that Red Bull, the Aston Martin logo that they will be missing in the next game. Picks up another 3 seconds.
Just realised half hour ago Husky asked for room. I think he's got back in. He's certainly not ghosted right now. It was my bad. Husky, if it took you a little bit longer to do so. He's actually in the pit lane right now, as we mentioned him. We're going to go for that fastest lap. Remember, in SSR this season, we've got the fastest lap championship as well. Whoever gets most fastest laps across the season is coming home with a is it $15 gift card?
I think it's
Something like
£15 gift card.
£15.
Yeah.
I don't know why
tier.
we're dollars. We're both English.
That applies for every tier individually, and also F2, I believe.
Yeah, and in tier 1 so far, we've had 4 different fastest lap winners. So that's going to be
Makes it spicy already.
Yeah, and interestingly, Husky and Budweiser, they're both Mercedes drivers. As Bud Brazy retires in the pits, both just gone to fresh softs, have come out side by side. So if they're going for fastest laps, they might need to either help each other out or get out each other's way.
Showing Husky as a red cross ghosted on my screen,
Oh no, did he not get back in?
but he's going quick though. So
Yeah, Budweiser has driven
Let's-
through him. I think the AI is pretty high on. He does look like he's going fast. Is it a bit late now to send him another fight?
we've got some yellow there. I think that was Brazy's retired
that's
car
coming
coming back out.
Ultra Titan has gotten past Jet Atom at some point, but he has still got 6 seconds worth of penalties, so that's unfortunate.
Craig up 8 positions as of now. That's a really solid performance, I'd say. Was he helped by the VSC? JD doing a great job of staying behind King, staying with him. He's gaining, but definitely just wants to stay behind him. Really trying to force Kings into an error potentially in the later stages here. Definitely the one to watch at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
Jets
Husky did get back in,
staying.
unfortunately, so that's my bad. A couple, but didn't check the Discord, so apologies
That's
for
a
that,
shame.
Husky. Yeah. It's everyone other than Maestro right now scoring points. Points down to 12 in SSR. Total saying I was gone for 10 minutes. What the hell happened? I think if he's talking about the DNFs, well, they've all been in the pit lane. Total. So he didn't miss much in terms of on-track crashes, although we saw pretty much all of the guys that have DNF spin at some point and then decided that it wasn't worth their time continuing. So that's what you missed there. In terms of on-track action, King's got past JDM Haters just after the pit stops, and those two have been side by side since then. Ultra Titans just got past Jet Atom, but has 6 seconds worth of penalties, so Jet pretty content just to sit in that DRS range right now. And JDM Haters looks pretty close here, but didn't manage to get through.
It's fascinating. I reckon, last lap or two, gonna have to do something here. JDM's got a bit of an ERS advantage, so a bit more battery. I don't know if they've got, warnings or anything, or...
If I wasn't such a boomer,
really...
I'd put a poll in the chat who's going to get P2. But, it's JDM, as we talk about it. Talk us through that one, Maxim.
So, JD just tapped the back of Kings there. His wing looks fine. Luckily we got that one on the stream there. But here we are, just back to normality. That 3/10 gap, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I wonder if JDM might have backed off there and let Kings back through.
I think potentially. Yeah, potentially. It is a tough traction, zone there, so he might have just out-tractioned him, but yeah, like nothing ever happened. DRS. We go again. Final couple of laps here. Let's try and get the penalties up. This is good.
Flown by this race, isn't it?
Pardon?
Flown by. 25 laps already.
Yeah, it's a quick one. I mean, they only really tend to get long when you get these extended safety car periods. It's a fast circuit, Suzuka, I'd say.
Yeah, we only had that very brief VSC. Other than that, pretty clean.
JD and Kings passing through the scene of the crime from last lap. So, a lock up there from JD. That gap down to a shocking 4/10 now, not 3/10. It's gonna get spicy. Both lock up.
Ultra Titans left the session. Oh no, same thing happened for me on Wednesday. Last lap disconnect. Heartbreaking, let's get Ultra back in.
JD and Kings. JD's really thinking about it now. He's like, I want that P2, those extra points. Definitely quicker there through the S's. Definitely quicker than Kings there.
Could I wonder if perhaps Kings has got a slightly less downforce on his setup, just because, like you say, Haters is so much, well not so much, but he is quicker through the Sector 1, but even with DRS he's not getting an opportunity to get side by side with Kings through 130R or down to turn 1. He's getting close, but he's not getting close enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. As we said, it's such a fast circuit, stuff like that does play a big part.
Max 10 seconds out in front. He's had a brilliant second stint. Kings was with him, and Haters was with him up until the pit stops. But he has really extended it on the medium tyres. I wonder if Kings and Haters tyres as well are just dropping off. See if Haters goes for anything down here. Too far back.
It's Kings and JD coming around the last corner onto their final lap now. Here we go. He's using it all around the outside. Kings there, holds the position. No
That was as
contact,
close as
but-
we've seen it.
Yep.
You know, I'll get the benefit of
boundary
watching
packs.
again on the delayed Twitch stream. Kings just came right across Haters there. Haters probably wasn't alongside in the corner, but Kings didn't
just-
really make much attempt to give him space on the outside. Certainly
Nice.
forced Haters to back out of it, I think is the easiest way to say that.
Yeah. Those front tyres probably screaming out.
He's going
JD
for it
around the
again.
outside. Don't think that's going to win the traction game there, unfortunately, but still on him.
He's got one lap
This
pressure
is-
medium tyres. I wonder if that's making a difference as well. He's a lot quicker than Kings than we've seen up until this point. He's got one more chance into the chicane.
Kings with his overtake activated. He's using the last of that juice.
Ack is just about to
Ack.
come around the final corner as well.
Go Axe.
Axe wins. That's that one done.
And JD picks up a 3-second penalty
Oh,
on
that's
the
done
last on that last chicane.
Brilliant racing
10
between those two.
P4. That was great respectful as well.
Yeah.
So that's great. Zampa coming home in P5, classic Zampa style. Bit of action.
Yeah, I think that's his best race of the season so far. So well done to him. Good points for Ferrari. It was
Through
a good race.
P8. That's good. We had a nice close battle at the start. A few gaps formed. All looked pretty clean, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good
See.
race without being chaotic. Pineapple T
Yeah.
bringing it home for the tier 2 guys. Smelly Sock saying Kings moved on the break, and be interesting to see if anything gets put into the stewards for that. I don't think there will. It was a late. I think Kings actually might just understeered, to be honest. I don't think Kings is certainly a driver that's going to maliciously move over like that. I think on the 18 lap old medium tyres, I think understeer is probably more likely, but
Yeah.
interesting at the end there. And Entrusted comes home P11. Did you enjoy that, Maxim? That was a good race.
That was a good one to watch. I mean, it's just a great tier to watch, great battles all over. So, yeah,
I'm
nice clean racing. That's what we
Let's
want.
get the guys in the party. I'm not sure how many of them. I think Conley was driver of the day. Should we have a chat with him as well?
Yeah, let's go for it. So,
Uh,
hopefully he thanks the VSC there.
yeah, I think that came at the right time for him. I'm trying to find these guys. I'm not actually sure how many of them have mics or anything like that, but we'll find out. King I know does, so hopefully we'll have a chat with him.
I'm sure Craig will come and have a chat. I'll just get these on stream here.
Yeah, so we've sent them right. Kings is in. Yeah, we've got it working this week, mate. Make sure you get the box ticked. Oh, we've got 3 out of 4. Does anyone know if Axe has a mic? And he is. Oh, look at that, 4 out of 4. Make sure you tick the
Okay.
box, guys, and I'm sure Maxim's got some questions for you.
There we go. Are we all in? Are we all ticked?
Yeah, right.
I'm good.
Okay. So that was a rock solid drive there from Axe. Got the head down. How did you find that race, Axe?
Not as stressful as last week, that's for sure. It's just pretty good ahead. I had Payox and G Majors on the whole first stint, and then for some reason on this game, I always click with the mediums and the hards better than the softs, so just able to drive away. And then obviously that final lap, I was making sure I secured the extra point.
Yep, very nicely done. So Kings, how did you find that one for you with that pink car just glued to your gearbox?
I was more laughing at him because he couldn't pass me, but it was a good battle, yeah. It was I
it
was
was
struggling with
Good to watch.
Iowa, especially in the first stint. It's like normally I'm good with that, but this track I don't know what it is. I think because I run lower downforce. Most.
Yeah, that's Bascom. I think he caught on to that later on. There was definitely a difference in downforce levels there because of the straight line advantage. So, JDM, how did you find that one?
It was pretty alright. I'd say it was a strong race. I mean, I managed to, follow Kings pretty much the whole race around. And I guess in a way, if I had to look back, I'd probably change the setup a little bit so I wouldn't be so slow on the straight. But all in all, it was a good race. I didn't make any mistakes. Just kept it clean. Kept behind Kings the whole time, and it was just a fun battle.
Picked up that little penalty at the end there. Do you think you would have, if let's say if you had got P2 and you had picked up that 3 second, that would have been a bit of a killer.
Yeah,
So-
but either way, there wasn't any place to actually pass them. I can only get side to side, but I couldn't
Yeah.
put off the clean move. So that penalty doesn't really matter. It can be there, it can out.
Yeah, that was great racing, great pace from both of you. Bascom, any questions for our driver of the day, Mr.
Yeah,
Craig Conley?
Craig, good job from you, mate. The strategy was always the plan to go onto soft tires at the end there.
Yeah, it was a plan. I was doing some test runs earlier today, and I could totally just get a consistent time for about 12 laps, those soft. So if I could at least get where the delta is 12 at the end, I'm going on soft. So I went a little bit earlier with a safety car, so that helped a lot. But yeah, that was fun, man.
It was a good little drive there. We caught onto the setups with Kings and JDM as well, didn't we, Maxim? JDM, he looked rapid in sector 1 and then just couldn't get alongside in the straights. But that was a good fun race, guys. And thank you very much for putting on the show. I think we're all done, Maxim, are we?
Very nicely done. Yeah, that's been a great stream, great race. I love Suzuka. Tomorrow night, or I say, well, tonight for the Brits, as it's 20 past midnight. Saturday, 11 PM, we got Tier 2 at Monza, which is the Temple of Speed. It's going to be a good one. Myself and Bascom in that one, so come and tune in for that. Thank you very much, everyone, for the views. AJ for those subs, and we had a raid as well, so that was good. Thank you, Kier, for that. And I think that's it.
Yeah, see you
Sign off,
later,
Bascom.
guys.
tomorrow, guys.
See ya.
See you later.